policy and are providing laptops for the teachers as well. So we are moving the senior high school system into the digital age. And we are also doing STEM education. Some very good work that my colleague, Dr. Seya Omeduchu, is doing. We are transforming the face of education in Ghana, transforming the old junior high schools into very, very modern junior high schools. Not only did we bring free senior high school education, ladies and gentlemen, we have also added free technical and vocational education for our people. Free technical and vocational, because the world of work today is a world of skills. It's a world of skills, and we want our children to be skilled. And so we have invested in the last 7 years, we have invested 6 billion Ghana cedis in technical and vocational education. We have equipped 10 technical universities, state-of-the-art equipment, 34 vocational and technical institutes, equip them with state-of-the-art equipment, and we are constructing an additional 32 state-of-the-art vocational institutions in Ghana. Because that is the future. We have restored the teacher training allowances. We have restored the nursing training allowances. We've restored the Arabic instructors allowances. We haven't experienced so that of the nature that we experienced for 4 years. We have had intermittent outages, yes, but not like the doomsday period that we had. And today, the National Health Service, which was collapsing, has been uplifted. Today, not only are we covering what we were covering, today childhood cancer has been brought under National Health Service. Today, the sickle cell sufferers are getting this very expensive drug, hydroxyurea, under the National Health Insurance Scheme. Today, we are giving under NHIS free kidney dialysis for people over 60 years and under 18 years. That is very remarkable in terms of what we have done. Today, in the health sector, we have really done more in terms of providing health infrastructure than any other government in the Fourth Republic. We've built over 40 hospitals completed. We have built 230 health centers and 428 CHIPS compounds. And this excludes Agenda 111, where we are building 111 hospitals simultaneously across Ghana. It has never happened before. And you see what we have done in many, many sectors. Even though we have more to do, we've built more roads than any other government, we've built more railways than any other government, we've built more interchanges than any other government, more classrooms than any other government, more sports facilities than any other government, more public libraries than any other government, more sanitation facilities than any other government, more court buildings than any other government, need more fiber optic cable than any other government, than more zonal development than any other government. We have done a whole lot. When I came into office, I focused on one area, which is digitalization of the economy. And I focused on it for good reason, because modern technology, digital technology, holds the key to solving a lot of problems, not only in Ghana, but across Africa. I wrote a book before I came into office. I wrote a book in 2010, that is 14 years ago. on monetary policy and financial sector development in Africa. And I made the point in the book that Africa needs to go digital. That if we don't go digital, we are going to be left behind. That the digital revolution is the key for African economic development. Today, many people, when I started that, particular, course of action, didn't see how digitalization related to the economy. They couldn't quite understand it. But I'm sure increasingly they are beginning to understand it. But there are things that have to be in place. So when we said that we have to issue the digital identity, if you want to enter the digital world, your citizens must be digitally identified. And that's why we said, let's issue the Ghana card. The Ghana card has been issued. 85% of adults in Ghana now have the Ghana card. We've issued 18 million Ghana cards. And that makes Ghana the leading country in sub-Saharan Africa for digital identity. We are now in the lead. We have the Ghana card that we have put in. So, today, even children who are born in Ghana, we are giving them digital identities now, just as it happens abroad when a child is born. You give him an identity number at birth. So what we have done in Ghana is that we have linked the national ID system with the Ghana Health Service and the Births and Deaths Registry. So that integration of those systems is allowing Ghana to do something that no other country in the world has been able to do. What we have done today, if they give birth to a child in Bawumia, that child is taken for weigh-in. At weigh-in, they will give the child two identities. One, the child's Ghana card ID number, and two, the birth certificate number at the same time. You are not going to have to go separately to apply for a birth certificate, because we have integrated all the systems and all the information for the child will be available for us to issue the Ghana card ID and the birth certificate ID at the same time. And in the next few months, the NIA is going to all schools to issue Ghana card ID to all the school children from ages 6 all the way to 15. We have registered the Ghana card at the International Civil Aviation Organization in Canada, in Montreal. And therefore, the Ghana card has gone through all their checks, has passed all the checks, and the Ghana card is now recognizable in 44,000 airports and border points across the world. So today, if you are abroad, and you lose your passport, whether you are in America or Saudi Arabia or Japan or Australia or UK or Germany, anywhere in the world, if you lose your passport, you can take your Ghana card and board a plane and come back to Ghana. And before the end of this year, we are introducing what we call e-gates, electronic gates at the Kotoka International Airport. So if you are a Ghanaian and you have a Ghana card and you arrive at Kotoka, you don't have to go to immigration. Just go to the e-gate, put your Ghana card, it will open for you, and you will enter Ghana and off you go. It is possible. These are things that are happening also in some of the most advanced countries. But it is possible for us in Ghana to do the same. When we came into office, Ghana did not have an address system that was working across the country. But an address system is one of the most important element for any economy. An address system is so important. Today, if you go to the United States of America and you collapse their address system, just erase it, if you could, that economy will collapse basically. Because you can't function. The businesses cannot function without address systems. You cannot verify people without address systems. Everybody has to have an address. And when we came in, and I wrote this in my book 14 years ago, I said we need an address system. When we